hearts. So what could be more auspicious in life than to be in the association of devotees? It is said that Durlabha Manusha Janma. This human life is very, 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 very rare. And in that human life, Tatrapi Durlabham Manye Vaikuntha Priya Darshana. In that human form of life, it is very, very rare to get the association of devotees. So I'm very grateful, very, very grateful from the core of my heart, and express my deepest gratitude and my obeisance to all of you. Is it Athar or is it Athav, some other devotee? John?
It is Anita Mataji, Prabhuji.
Okay, Athar.
Yeah, it's Athar.
Okay. Tarf, Navya, happy to see you as well.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam,
Hare
all Guru Shila
Krishna,
Prabhupada.
Anita Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, I am driving actually, isliye couldn't speak.
Sure. Please drive safely. And we are going to
Prabhuji, we
have
have two very wonderful devotees, Rekha Mataji and Purnima Mataji. They both invited Bhagavatam. Rekha Mataji invited earlier this year. So she's actually one of our 11. And she has escalated in her devotional service so wonderfully that I cannot even express.
Wow, Rainbow. Welcome, Rekha Mataji. I'm so grateful. Just hearing is about glorification of devotees is like nectar to our hearts. Thank you. Thank you so much for all your sincerity, service, and leading by example. This is not ordinary, it's extraordinary.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam.
Yes, and those who are not driving or not eating or not dancing, they can turn their videos on. So I can see, yes, Hare Krishna. So happy to
Hare
see you.
Krishna.
Yes.
Yes. It's actually all inspiration by Natasha Mataji. I think I wouldn't have come this far without her help,
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This is Lord Chaitanya's movement, and we help each other. We receive what has been given to us by our seniors, our Guru Parampara, by Srila Prabhupada, and do our best to assist others too. That is the whole, if we have received something good, and if we keep it with ourselves, that's very selfish, right?
Right. That's
But if
true.
we share with others, that's the whole purpose why Srila Prabhupada came here, right? He said that
Right.
you stole, Kohinoor diamond, you stole money, you stole diamonds and jewels, but you forgot to steal the most important thing, that is Bhagavatam,
Bhagavatam.
Bhakti. Prabhupada didn't come to US. He said, Bhagavatam is coming to US. I am just a carrier. So that was his mood. And with that mood, we will have some discussion today on this wonderful occasion of Bhadra Purnima. I have some videos, some presentation, and we'll have take some reflections, take some questions as well. And I'm very sure that this will be very, very entertaining, right? And enlightening and educational. So this is bhakti, right? It's very joyful. It's very enlightening for the soul. It's very entertaining also. It's not boring. So sukham kartum avyayam. And especially when we have sincere devotees like all of you, and so many young Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Avni, Vedahi, Navya, Atar, Vinita, all of these are my favorite students because they're so eager. So actually, they're my teachers, actually, because I learned so much from them. I learned so much from them. So I'm very grateful again. I see Archita ji has also joined, and Namita Mataji. So grateful. Purnima Mataji, thank you for taking your valuable time on a Friday evening. You could have done 10 million things in life, right? But you chose to come here on the Zoom call. Very, very grateful. and so happy to see you all.
Hare
So,
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
I am
Krishna.
Natasha's mother. I'm calling from Natasha's house only. I'm here in Jackson. So,
Koti
I
pranam.
have joined so many times earlier also, but I'm seeing you face to face today only. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Yes, you go
You're
on with
seeing
your.
me Zoom to Zoom. Please come to Florida so we can see face to face also. Please come.
Okay.
Please bless us
Okay.
with your association. We'll be very
Okay.
grateful if you could come during sometime during your trip.
Okay. Okay. Nice meeting you. Let's
Hare
continue. Let's continue.
Okay, Mataji
Yes.
has given full permission. Let's continue without delay. Let the movie begin. Okay. So in spiritual life, we begin everything by auspicious prayers, which is called Mangala Charan, right? Mangal means auspicious. So let's begin with Mangala Charan. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swah Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna. So my deepest gratitude again to all of you for your kind association, and I offer my prayers to all of you and seek blessings from all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis so that for the next some time we can absorb completely on this auspicious most holy day of Bhadra Purnima and learn what is this Bhadra Purnima, why is it important, and how can we really make it auspicious in our lives, and also, as we discussed, not to keep it selfishly to ourselves, but do our best for others, right? Do our best for others also. And that is actually the secret ingredient to improve our own selves, right? Because as we say, knowledge increases by sharing. And bhakti also, if we help others in their spiritual life, Srimati Radharani will help us in our spiritual life. There is absolutely no doubt in there. So let's begin with this Srimad Bhagavatam today. Hare Krishna. So I'll begin with a note which we all know, that how many problems are there in this world. Every day we hear news, oh, someone shot a gun to their neighbor, oh, someone, died in a hurricane, there's a big forest fire. We all know in different parts of the country, there are cyclones and volcanoes, and there are countries fighting with each other for practically egoistic reasons, right? Hundreds and thousands of people are killed every day, right? They are not just in the fag end of their life, 90 plus years, and they have kind of, it could be a 20-year-old, it could be a 5-year-old, it could be a 50-year-old, and anywhere. Death does not distinguish between male or female, rich or poor, old or young, etc. And all these things, these are not Hare Krishna statistics, right? These are Google, you can Google all these statistics. I was recently hearing his Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was mentioning that American Medical Association research states that 1 in 2 males and 1 in 3 females will get some form of cancer in their lives, right? And so many problems, right? Anxiety and people killed in World War, and so many countries fighting, depression, hunger, and other forms of diseases. Every day, every hour 6,000 people die, right? This is like, so by the time we complete the class, unfortunately 6,000 people will not be in this world. But this class is not just to make us death conscious, right? Oh, death is coming, death. Our goal is to be Krishna conscious. But our goal is not to create a paranoia or a fear, oh, death is coming, but to have a reality check. Not be like an ostrich. An ostrich, what she does when the death is coming, when the enemy is coming to devour her, she puts her head in the sand and thinking, oh, I'm safe now. No more death, no problems. But is that a very intelligent plan? Certainly not, because just after a few moments, she'll be gone. So what we are saying, not to be pessimistic, not to be death conscious, but have a reality check. Let's say you're going for a short vacation, right? Let's say you're going to New York, or you're going to, visit your friends, family, any part of the country. Even if it's for 2 days, will we not plan? Where will I stay? Where will I eat? How will I go by train or bus or flight, right? Will we book our tickets? Everything we'll plan to the best of our, intelligence. We'll plan everything, even fine details. Oh, is there a cab available, or I need to take a subway, or, like a public transport, or my uncle is coming, or my friend is coming. We'll plan everything. But should we not plan for something which is certainly going to come? Right? And that is what will happen to me when this body, will not be there. What will happen? What's my next destination? Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu dhruva janma mritasya cha. One who is born will die. And these are the fundamental questions of the Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the duty of a human being in all circumstances, and especially what is the duty, Parikshit Maharaj asked, what is the duty specifically of a person who's about to die? And Shukdev Goswami said, by the way, the answer is the same. Why? Because who knows how many days we have left? Is it not? Right? So we are not here to create a paranoia, right? We are here to be part of the solution, right? Prabhupada came to be part of the solution. We are all here to be part of the solution. But to have a good solution, we need to first identify the problem, right? We need to first, like most of you are from medical background, it is said, even in engineering, it is said, or like, even when you're debugging a program or anything, the first step is to identify what's wrong. Half the battle is won when we know what is wrong. And then the other half is when we work on this towards the solution. So we are here to be part of the solution. And how can we be part of the solution? We'll watch a nice video which talks about, let's be part of the solution and spread love and happiness. Give me a thumbs up if you're able to see and hear as well. That was amazing, right? To be part of the solution means to plant the seed of love. His Grace Vishika Prabhu says that books are the seeds of knowledge and they sprout, right? They sprout wherever they go. There have been so many unlimited examples. Some of you are live examples as Rekha Mataji, Poonam Mataji. The moment Srimad Bhagavatam entered in their lives and homes and hearts, how their bhakti lata beach, how their seed of devotion turning to creeper, and then they're aspiring more and more souls, more and more friends, family, right? This is the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is what Srila Prabhupada came to give all of us, is it not? Right? He could have been peacefully living in Vrindavan at the age of 70 years, but he could not see the anxiety, the suffering of others. That is the compassion, that is the soft-heartedness. Suhridam Sarva Bhutana. He is a Suhrid, a pure Vaishnava is a Suhrid, has a kind heart towards everyone. And that's why he came to give us the solution. He came to give us Srimad Bhagavatam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam itself, it is mentioned, and maybe some of you, if you're interested to read, you can raise your hands and I can call out for some devotees to read. How to get free from the miseries of life. It's in the Bhagavatam itself. I'll be quoting a lot from the Bhagavatam. So yes, Avani, go ahead, read this sentence, please.
Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.29. Whoever carefully recites the mysterious appearances of the Lord Krishna with devotion in the morning and in the evening gets relief from all miseries of life.
Do I have to? I don't want to. Please, no, please.
Very well. Thank you so much. Very, very crystal clear. If we hear about Krishna, that is the solution to get rid of all the problems. When we say all the problem, literally, all the problems. Any problem we have, Srimad Bhagavatam has the solution. Many of you are from the medical background. Srimad Bhagavatam is the real medicine. It is the real medicine Srila Prabhupada has given us right here. It's so easily accessible, available in all languages to all of us. So this is the real medicine which will cease, such glorification is relished by those who no longer interested in the false temporary glorification of this cosmic manifestation, right? So this is the real medicine which will help us to cure all our anxiety, depression, loneliness, adi bhautik, adi daivik, anxiety because of others, right? War, calamities. Srimad Bhagavatam is a solution to everything. I know one family, they started reading Bhagavatam. The husband and wife had some rough time. They started, their spiritual master told you both together read Bhagavatam every day, 1 hour. And now they are such a great exemplary couple. Srimad Bhagavatam not only cleanses the impurities, but also awakens the real Krishna Prem. Simply by giving oral reception. Is it hard to give oral reception? Simply by giving oral reception 10-15 minutes a day. It's not hard. We hear to so many vibrations throughout the day, honking of the cars, and our managers and office and hospitals and so much grocery stores, so many oral receptions we get. But if few minutes only a day, if we try the loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, it sprouts in our heart. And what happens? Shoka moha bhayapaha. Shoka is lamentation, moha is illusion, and bhaya is fearlessness or fearfulness. All that will go away. That means all the impurities will be gone and one attains the highest relationship with the Lord. Highest relationship. Simply by reading Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. And what happens? In that, the heart of such a devotee, through the medium of the sound vibration, which is non-different from Krishna, Krishna enters the soul or the heart and sits on the lotus flower of his loving relationship. So beautiful, is it not? All these are verses you can read in more details. We have less time, so I'm a little bit kind of running through some of the verses. Sarva Vedanta Saram hi Srimad Bhagavatam ishyate tat rasamrita triptasya nanyatra syat rati kvachit. Srimad Bhagavatam is declared to be the essence of Vedanta philosophy. Who has felt satisfaction from its nectarian mellow will never be attached to any other literature. And that's the proof is Srila Shukdev Goswami, Shri Vedvyasji himself. He wrote all the Vedas and the Upanishads, Puranas, etc. But he was not feeling that satisfaction. He was not feeling that happiness, that joy. And then his spiritual master Narad Muni approached and he said, well, you have made a khichdi. Yeah, because Vedantic literatures, all the Vedas, 99% are full of karma kand. Oh, do this, you'll get this higher planet. Do this, you'll go to Swarga. Do this, you'll get a good wife. Do this, you'll get a good house. Do this, you'll get good money. Do this, you'll get a good son. Do this. Oh my God. What is the real dharma? What is selfless, pure, unalloyed, unadulterated, topmost essence of all the scriptures? That is Srimad Bhagavatam. That is love for Krishna. If one has attained that, one has attained everything. For example, if one has $1 billion, then he will not be begging for, give me $2, give me $5, give me $20. Like this, the scriptures explain all the purpose. Like, let's say I have a glass of water, right? And then I have another glass, then I have maybe a bucket, right? All those purposes can be served by a big water body. Then I don't need 20 glasses, 5 mugs, and 20 buckets, right? So Srimad Bhagavatam is that essence. Nigama kalpatarur galitam phalam. The ripened fruit of all the Vedic literatures is Srimad Bhagavatam. At the peak of his career, at the peak of his spiritual realization, Vedvyasji gave us that. And there is no other literature like Srimad Bhagavatam. Because I'm not saying this, not because, hey, I'm saying this because you have to accept it. No, the author himself is saying this. All the great acharyas are saying this, right? So let's continue. The Glories of Bhagavatam. So we covered this verse too. This is the essence of all the Vedic literatures. So one should drink Srimad Bhagavatam. That means it's so relishing, so many stories of Krishna and his devotees like Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Kunti Mata. We not just hear their stories, we get so many life lessons. We do, some of you are joining, I believe, the classes every day. Some of you join the kids class on the weekends. So many life lessons. And recently we're talking about the lessons from Dhruva's mother, right? Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu and Chitraketu Maharaj and Avanti Brahman. So many stories with life lesson. Of course, 10th canto, Giri, Govardhan Leela, Damodar Leela, how Krishna killed Putana, how Krishna killed so many demons. So many amazing, extraordinary stories for everyone. Everyone will get something from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is none other than Krishna himself. When Krishna, wrapped up his pastimes and went back to his eternal Nityadham, as mentioned here, maybe someone can read the translation. Anyone wants to read the translation of this verse? Okay, go ahead, Vedehi.
Hare Krishna. This Bhagavad Puran is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So beautiful that Srimad Bhagavatam and Krishna are non-different. Like the holy name and Krishna is non-different. So it is the mercy of the Lord that he expands himself in so many ways. If we are holding Srimad Bhagavatam in our hand, it is actually Krishna's darshan. If someone asks, hey, have you seen Krishna? Yes, I see Krishna. I talk to him every day. Because as mentioned in the purport here, as we see, it's so beautifully mentioned here, right? The last section, Srimad Bhagavatam is the summum bonum of life, Lord Shri Krishna personified. We must therefore accept Srimad Bhagavatam as the direct representation of Lord Shri Krishna. One who can see Srimad Bhagavatam can also see Lord Krishna in person. They are identical. Wow. Isn't that so revealing? They are identical. They are non-different. And with that mood, we should approach Bhagavatam. Krishna will guide us if we approach with that mood. How Krishna was guiding Arjuna on his chariot, Krishna will guide us if we approach Srimad Bhagavatam with that mood. Engage constantly in chanting and hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of the sadhus do not suffer any material miseries because they are always filled with the thoughts and pastimes of my activities, and they're filled with thoughts of my activities and pastimes. This is Kapila Dev telling his mother Devahuti that devotees do not suffer. Tapanti vividhas tapa. Na. That means there is no tapa, there is no suffering in their lives. Whom? Those who have taken mad ashraya. Right, Avani? Please tell me a verse. There is no suffering for those who have taken shelter of Krishna. Machchitta sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyasi atha chetvam ahankara nashroshasi vinanshasi. Right? We recently covered that 18.58. If we take Krishna's shelter, Bhagavatam's shelter, holy name shelter, Krishna's name, form, activities, pastime shelter, no problems can bother. That does not mean, oh, then he will not get sick, or he will not, may not get disease, right? That is not the meaning here. That means in spite of all, like I recently underwent a knee procedure. I am on, bed for myself. So that is not the meaning. We should not think Krishna's protection as physical bodily protection. Yes, he may protect the body also, but he may have a much higher plan. So the point here is, Arjuna, so much difficulties. For Brajavasi, so many, like we are reading Govardhan Leela currently, Indra was throwing like ice, columns of ice on them. Can we imagine? So there were troubles, but they were not troubled. That is bhakti. Challenges will be there. The material laws will not change, but we will uplift our consciousness so that we are close to Krishna and away from Maya, and then we'll not be troubled. Right? We'll become equipoised. Happiness will come, distress will come, but we'll become equipoised. So Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam teaches us how to become equipoised. And it's a very beautiful, very often quoted verse. Persons who hear Bhagavatam regularly and take this matter seriously, right? Very important. What will happen? Kalena. Nati dirghena. Dirghakal means long time. Like dirgha ayu bhava. Some elders give like Ashirvad. May you have a long life. But in this case, Nati dirghena Bhagavan vishate hridi. Bhagavan will come in the heart of the devotee. Of which devotee? Of whom? Those who hear Bhagavatam. Nityam Bhagavatam sevaya. And take this matter seriously with Shraddha. Shraddhaya grinantascha. So, if we do that, certainly our life will be free from all the challenges. There is no doubt, whether you are a student, whether you are a professional, whether you're a husband, wife, male, female, engineer, doctor, any profession, any country, any place, India, America, all these are externals. But the essence is we take to Srimad Bhagavatam. And it has proven, track record for not just 10, 20 people, millions of souls from time immemorial. Let's watch another beautiful video from senior Vaishnavas who are also glorifying about the importance of Srimad Bhagavatam.
It's getting impossible materially to live in.
Give Srimad Bhagavatam.
With depression, loneliness. We are suffering on the physical plane, we are suffering on the mental platform, we are suffering in relationships, we are suffering with our egos being smashed in the spheres of life. Amidst all of this, there's only one hope, there's only one way. That is to study Srimad Bhagavatam, practice Srimad Bhagavatam, and share Srimad Bhagavatam with the world. Samsara sindhu mati dustara mutti tirusho, nanya plava bhagavata purushottamasya, leela katha rasa nisevanamantarena, Pumsam bhaved vivida dukkha davarthitasya. In the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Save Earth Now campaign has been described.
Saving the earth begins with saving every individual. And saving every individual means providing them resources to raise their consciousness.
Give Srimad Bhagavatam.
When you give the gift of Srimad Bhagavatam to somebody else on the full moon day in the month of Bhadra, you get the return gift of going back home, back to Godhead.
One copy of Srimad Bhagavatam and one teacher of Srimad Bhagavatam is that rare a commodity and fortune in this material world.
We are showing what is possible. And we are humbly and submissively willing to offer that, to help to solve some of the seemingly unsolvable problems in this world.
Prabhupada said, distributing my books pleases me like no other service. If you really want to please me, distribute my books.
Hare Krishna. Wasn't that beautiful? Seemingly unsolvable problems. His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj was quoting that. Providing the people with the resources to uplift their consciousness. That's Bhagavatam. Right now, what's the most common resource people are attached to? This phone, right? And we all know majority of the people use it for not so healthy purposes, right? That is degrading, like providing the resource to degrade one's consciousness. But Bhagavatam is a resource to uplift one's consciousness. Do we all agree with that? Rather than being on Facebook, we keep a book, Bhagavatam, in front of our face to face. And that's not just a book. It's Krishna. Non-different. There is no bhed. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. And of course, especially on today's date, it is so powerful, so potent to read Bhagavatam, share Bhagavatam. So let's take some thoughts, any reflections, any comments so far. I don't want to keep it a monologue. I want to hear some of your thoughts as well. And based on the time, I'll continue further. Anyone has any thoughts, comments, corrections, reflections, something struck you so far? We have other things also to share. Anyone wants to share? I see some more devotees have also joined. Thank you. Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji again. Thank you. It just struck me for the first time. I don't know why. Why it didn't strike me before, but when you were talking about hurricane, I realized it's a hurricane. So one of the natural disasters because of all the Kali Yuga and the negative things, but it is Hari's cane. Hare Krishna.
Very well. Hari ball. It's Hari's ball. Wonderful. Anyone else has any reflections so far before we continue? Oh yes, Vaidhi. Yes.
Hare Krishna. I like the point in the beginning where it said, let's not be an ostrich and let's stick your head in the sand when danger approaches. I think it's pretty funny also because like in hide and seek sometimes it's like if you can't see me, I can't see you is the mentality we have. I agree. We should not, okay, well, I mean, don't like hide because it's like inevitable. Then we should prepare our best for it by like reading and chanting. I like that point.
So nice. I like how you connected it to hide and seek. We may try to hide from Yamaraj, but Yamaraj is very intelligent. He will seek us when it's the time. There's a wonderful story. We'll cover that someday, like how Yamaraj seeked. Yes, Raghunath ji, you wanted to share something?
I want to start by thanking Ravi Prabhu, Dr. Nirbhay, and Dr. Natasha for igniting interest, and to you for taking your time and talking about the importance of Bhagavatam. My question is, we come from a very rich culture tradition, and there are so many scriptures. There is Ramayana, there is Bhagavad Gita. So coming specifically to my question is, what do you tell to the seekers who are also learning other scriptures? How should they distribute their time and resource among so many scriptures?
That's such a beautiful and very thoughtful, and coming from your heart, I can feel it is said that when a person speaks, he not just speaks words, he speaks a lot, and you're speaking about your culture, you're speaking your heritage, you're speaking your values. Thank you. I'm so grateful for your association, your gratitude towards others. It speaks a lot. So very, very thoughtful question. It's a nice problem to have, right? That when we have so many wonderful things, right? Rather than reading about some fictional, stuff, or how to make more money, or how to literally get more prosperous. Like 99% of people are just busy with that. Very, very rare, Prabhu, people like you are asking even this question. So how should we distribute time? So let's go to the essence. So it depends on, first of all, I would say we shouldn't, in even in management, they say priority, right? We have to manage the priority. And if we have less time and we want to get the most out of it, everyone has less time in Kali Yuga, correct? We all agree. We have little time, especially for spiritual life. If I say, hey, 2 hours study Bhagavatam, 2 hours Ramayana, 2 hours Gita, 2 hours Mahabharata, who will do that? No one is saying, please don't call me next time. I know I'm done with you. And that's very good to have. That should be done. But unfortunately, if we say, hey, 2 hours watch this movie, 2 hours do Facebook, 2 hours, that looks nice. I can do that, right? This is Kali Yoga. So we have to intelligently do. So let's say if we can at least devote an hour on reading. I think you're a very cultured person. You can easily do an hour, or it depends on where we are in life also, right? But at least sometime, start with 30 minutes at least. And we can intelligently do that. So some people, you can make your plan under the guidance of Vaishnavas, right? So you can do like 1 verse a day. A verse a day keeps adversity away. Shloka a day keeps shoka away. So you can read at least 1 verse. So from Bhagavad Gita, from Bhagavatam, right? That will take maybe 5 minutes each, right? And if you are particularly attached, like someone, again, I don't know you enough. If someone is particularly like attached, I have been reading Ramayana from my childhood, I'm very attached, I can't sleep without reading. Okay, we don't say stop it. It's, in fact, we read it too, right? But what we are encouraging, if you can add some Bhagavatam in that quota. If you're reading Mahabharata, you're attached to it, because the essence of Mahabharata has a lot of like little bit, Stri Dharma, Raj Dharma, Kula Dharma, this Dharma, that Dharma. But what is the essence of all Dharma? The essence of all Dharma is Bhakti. So it should not be that. So we should read first of all bona fide scriptures, because there are a lot of these books from a lot of authors, and a lot of, like Bhagavad Gita, there are hundreds of editions. So what we recommend, like number point one, all these books we should read from bona fide parampara, right? And Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is, Bhagavatam, transcendental Bhaktivedanta purports are there. So at least read for 5-10 minutes Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam per day, if you're talking about time allocation. And if you want to read Mahabharata, Ramayana, that is fine, that is optional. In fact, a lot of stories will come, some stories will come of Ramayana in the Bhagavatam also. And when specific festivals are coming, like Hanuman Jayanti is coming, Ram Navami is coming, Sita Navami is coming, and if you are in the association of devotees, you will be hearing those stories anyways, right? Like Dashera is coming, Diwali is coming, you will be hearing. In fact, so many of our ISKCON temples, there are wonderful deities of Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman. So those kathas are also happening from Ramayana. There are a lot of recorded lectures also available. So I would say, again, in the guidance of Vaishnavas, we should distribute our time. But Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we must do. And others like Ramayana, also you can read 10-15 minutes. And if you have more time, you can expand proportionately. Is that fair?
Jai Sri Krishna, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have answered my question.
Thank you so much. So now this was the intermission. I'll continue further. So let's see what we have further. You may be saying, hey, Prabhu, you are just saying, reading Bhagavatam, this will happen, that will happen. And do you have any proofs? Right? There's a wonderful story. Again, I'll not go into the detail of the story because we have less time. But the story, the essence is, there was a Brahmana named Atmadev on the banks of river Tungabhadra long back. Somehow he did not have children. His wife was not very cooperative and not of great character. And he was distressed with the wife. He had no children, thought to give up his life. Finally, he met a sadhu. And the sadhu said, okay, give this fruit to your wife. He gave a banana to his wife, Dhunduli. And Dhunduli was not interested in having a child. So she gave that banana to her sister, who was also equally character. Birds of same feather flock together, right? So they were both not so great in their qualities. And finally, the child born from Dhunduli, which is actually her sister's child, was very in bad character. And Dhunduli gave the banana to the cow. And the cow gave birth to a great human being with long ears whose name was Gokarna. So Gokarna and Dhundakari, two opposite characters, one with completely pure spiritual qualities and one very, very demoniac. Because demoniac person, he had wrong association of wrong, inappropriate character ladies. Those ladies killed this person, Dhundakari, and he became a ghost, right? Long story short, Gokarna got to know, did his final rites, but Dhundakari said, in a ghost's body, I have done so many bad things, nothing can help me. Finally, Gokarna consulted other people and they did Bhagavad Sapta. And that's how the Bhagavad Sapta also comes. Of course, Parikshit Maharaj was also hearing for 7 days, 7 nights continuously. Dhundakari took seat in the bamboo stick. And as Gokarna, the great pure devotee, was speaking, Srimad Bhagavatam, the essence of all scriptures, and Dhundakari was hearing with rapt attention because he knew, all these rituals and all is not going to help me. I've done so many sinful activities, killing, murdering, raping, looting, whatnot. I've done, Yamaraj's terabytes of data were full, his hard drive were full, and this Dhundakari's database was so huge. But Bhagavatam is the solution. And when pure devotee like Gokarna was speaking, Shrunvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantastya Bhadrani Vidunoti Suhrit Satam. All the impurities are cleansed when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, because it is the most purifying. And what happens? Bhagavati Uttama Shloke. The pure bhakti arises in the heart by regularly reading Srimad Bhagavatam. And the person comes to pure happiness. And that's what Prabhupada said. We are trying to give people that happiness which is never exhausted, not temporary so-called flickering pleasures which come from material accomplishments or material things or gadgets. Bhakti or Krishna Prem is that pure happiness. It liberates from the material association. And one after the other, the knots of the previous karma, knots of the previous life, Bhidyante Hridaya Granthis, is like completely destroyed, cut one after the other. And that's what happened to Dhundakari as he was hearing Bhagavatam from Gokarna. That bamboo stick which had 7 knots, one day, one rod was ripping off, and day 2, day 3, and after the end of 7 days, Dhundakari takes the spiritual form. And the Vishnu Dutas come and take him. So that is the power of Bhagavatam. A very, very third class, low class person with all the impurities, all the wrong habits, by hearing Bhagavatam, just in a matter of 7 days, with pure attention, with faith, with attention, with seriousness, completely transform and attain the spiritual form. If it can happen for Dhundakari, we also have hope. And that's the goal of life, to go back home, back to God, to attain that pure love. So this is an example I wanted to share from the story of Dhundakari. Again, I want to share that Bhadra Purnima is actually today. Today is that auspicious date. That auspicious, there's no better time, no better gift, no better path. It's an easy ticket back home, back to Godhead, where you can also take part. It's not late. It's not late, my dear friends. If one on the full moon day, which is today, Purnima, the full moon day, one places the Bhagavatam and gives it as a gift, or you invite in your home, or you give to someone, your friend, attains the topmost transcendental destination. There's no doubt in there, because Bhagavatam itself, Canto 12, Chapter 13, Text 13 speaks that. It's the best thing to do. It's the most wonderful thing which we can do today, especially. And amongst the 5 limbs of bhakti, the 5 most important limbs of bhakti, reading like Bhagavat Shravana, Sadhu Sangha, Nama Kirtana, Bhagavat Shravana, Mathura Vasa Shri Murtira Shraddhaya. These are the 5 most important limbs of bhakti. And amongst those is Bhagavat Shravana. And I am not saying these are all from the scriptures. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I want to share one more video, and that will be kind of, we're close, approaching towards the end. Some of the dates in the videos are from last year, but today is the Bhadra Purnima for 2023. Just wanted to share that. And the ISKCON global goal is 56,000 books. So ISKCON global, that means all the temples, all the cities, all the countries. ISKCON, we have a goal which we are working towards. I know ISKCON Memphis Jackson has a goal of a very small goal of 11 sets, which I think next time it should be maybe double or triple. But ISKCON, as all of us, like it's a boon se samudra bharta. Every drop makes the ocean. So we all should take part. And I want to share this message from His Grace Visheshika Prabhu. So let's hear it. Is it audible?
Hare Krishna. Fortunately, I'm standing right next to Srila Prabhupada on his Vyasasana. Srila Prabhupada imbibed the instruction of his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to spread Krishna consciousness all over the Western world and beyond. On the Jaladuta, on his way to America with no money and no support, he brought the Srimad Bhagavatam. He wrote in poetry on the Jaladuta that the only way that the world could be saved, how people could be brought to higher consciousness so that they could help themselves and help others as they really want to do, would be to distribute the transcendental vibration of the Srimad Bhagavatam. He quoted Tadvag Visargo Janataga Viplavo. That is, the Srimad Bhagavatam is not from this world. It's a transcendental vibration from Goloka Vrindavan. It will touch the hearts of the people. It will solve their problems. Nothing else can do it. Now's the time for Bhadra Purnima, September 10th, 2022. We have a deadline to work towards. We want to distribute at least 43,000 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a 23% increase from last year. We can do this. It's only a matter of priority, and it's a matter of advocacy. Advocate for this. Tell people it's a good idea. And by the way, make a pledge. Something more than 0 and not less than 1. And as soon as you pledge that you're going to distribute a Srimad Bhagavatam set, you'll feel connected to the Parampara and to Srila Prabhupada, who made it his life and soul to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam to the world. Let's do this together all over the world as one world team. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
That was so well put by none other than the world Sankirtan leader is Grace Visheshika Prabhu. We feel connected if we prioritize that, as the answer to Raghunath Prabhu. All we have to do is set the right priorities in life. Rest, everything will fall in place, right? If one has the right priorities, everything will fall at the right place. So we all should take part, right? Because Prabhupada has given, till the last day of his earthly pastimes, he was giving these transcendental Bhaktivedanta translations and purports, right? At least we don't have to, we don't have to take that much pain. It's easily accessible to us. All we have to do is accept it and share to the best possible extent we can. So we should also pledge anything more than 0 and anything not less than 1. And that will be our offering as well. So I want to cover a few more things real quick, and then we will go to, I'm going to skip this, a few things. This is a beautiful verse, so I want to cover that. Tulasi karanam yatra padma vanani cha purana pathanam yatra tatra sanhito hari. Wherever there is an abundance of tulasi plants growing, wherever there is an abundance of lotuses growing, and wherever Srimad Bhagavatam is being narrated, Lord Krishna is personally present. So beautiful, personally present. So your home, can be, and certainly many of you already have Bhagavatam, your home is where Krishna is personally present. Actually, this day also marks the beginning of Pitri Paksh. How many of you have heard this from your spouse? Are mere liye kiya hi kya hai tumne? Right? Joking, right? Sometimes, husband may say to the, Are tumne mere liye kya kiya? What have you done for me? Right? Have you heard, at least in jokes, right? If someone says, if your wife says this to you, or if your husband says this to you, this is a time for action, my dear friends. And this is again from the Bhagavad Mahatmya. A person who regularly hears or recites Bhagavatam delivers the forefathers of his wife, mother, and father as well. So from his own side, his side, and his wife's side also, he's delivering all the forefathers just by reading Bhagavatam. If next time, now you have a spiritual ammunition to tell your spouse as well. See, just by reading Bhagavatam, I'm delivering all your forefathers, so please support me. And what to speak of when you share with others also, right? Have a reading group, Many of the devotees have like a reading group, like I know ISKCON Lansing, ISKCON Jackson. We have a reading group. Every day come together, read Bhagavatam together. Read Bhagavatam with your family. Even if it's for 10 minutes, read with your children, grandchildren, or father, grandfather. This is the best thing to do. Advocate for it. Tell it's a good idea, as Grace Vishishka Prabhu said, right? There is no greater wealth on the planet and no wealthier family than the family that keeps Srimad Bhagavatam in their home. This is true wealth. Srila Prabhupada spent daily 6 hours for giving us this, right? Slept only 2-3 hours a day till this is Prabhupada, that is, almost his final Leela. Still, as you see, this is the recorder. He was at the very last, till the last moment. Can we imagine, right? So at least we can reciprocate by sharing and by accepting fully. Someone may say, hey, what's in it for children? Like, I have children. From hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, children gain a spiritual education that helps them make the right moral and spiritual decisions when faced with tough choices. Who doesn't want their children to get that? All of us will face tough choices, is it not? But where will we learn the maturity to say yes to the right and no to the wrong? That's a tough choice. In schools, colleges, right? So many allurements, so many temptations come. To say yes to the right and no to the wrong, where will we get that strength? Where will we get that intelligence and maturity? From Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the best well. This is the best heritage. This is the best legacy. So many stories again. People leave behind money, estates, homes, cars, right? However, the best asset to leave behind for our children, as well as the next generations to come, is Srimad Bhagavatam, again, from our family business. You can do Swagat, a lot of devotees invite Bhagavatam in their homes, in their hearts. All the acharyas from the great other sampradayas also. Shri Chinnajiyar Swamiji, Shri Prabhupada, Shri Vishweshatirtha Swami, they're all glorifying Bhagavatam. It's not, that, ISKCON is glorifying Bhagavatam. All the bona fide sampradayas are glorifying Bhagavatam, right? So we must go for it, right?
Dear devotees, should you participate in the Bhadra Purnima? Yes, it's for everyone. All over the world, devotees are pulling out the Srimad Bhagavatam and showing it to their friends. They're sponsoring Srimad Bhagavatam sets to be sent to others. They're selling Srimad Bhagavatam sets so that people get the benefit of paying for them, taking them into their homes, reading them with their families, and connecting to the spiritual world. Bhadra Purnima is officially on September 29th. Please participate and get involved. You can visit our website and get all the resources you need to thrive. Bhadra Purnima, go for it.
Go for it. And these are the ways you can go for it. A lot can be done in the last minute, as Vishika Prabhu says. If it was not for the last minute, he was quoting someone, if it was not for the last minute, I'll never get anything done. So this is the last minute, the day, right? So we can do. So I'm just sharing on behalf of Guru Parampara and Srila Prabhupada. There are a lot of ways you can support. First and foremost, charity begins at home. If you don't have still a copy of Bhagavatam set at your home, that's the first step. Please get one copy, one set of Bhagavatam. It's 12 cantos, 18,000 verses, and 18 volumes. Available in all major languages: English, Hindi, Gujarati, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Odia, Bengali, etc. In fact, we have 2 sets because my wife said, hey, we can have 2 phones. You have a phone, I have a phone. Why can't I have a set? I'm not joking or trying to make this up. You can come to our home and attest, right? You're all welcome, please. I'm not just trying to do a say. Our goal is not, like money or anything, The goal is that Bhagavatam goes to more and more people. More and more homes become temple. More and more homes become a place, a source of transcendental sound vibration. So that's the first step you can do. Get for yourself. Then that person is real friend. That person is real mother, real father, real well-wisher who helps, scriptures say, to get others close to Krishna. So if you want to be a genuine friend, a genuine relative, a genuine mother, father, friend, relative, you may have relatives in India or other countries, etc. Some of you, your parents could be there. Some of you, your other siblings, etc. could be there in other countries. Please send them a Bhagavatam set. You can gift it to your friends, relatives. Then the other option is you can sponsor for a needy person. A lot of devotees who may not be in a position to get it, especially in countries like India. There is diverse population, so you can sponsor for them, like called Gram Dan. Gram is village, and you can send it to public libraries here in US. We have given in Tampa to prison cell also, and they were saying we're so grateful. The prisoners have read Bhagavad Gita and were asking us more. Again, these are real life stories. You can approach any library. You can approach these places, temples, right? Some other temples, Hindu temples, other temples, you can approach and let Bhagavatam go. Preservation by mass distribution, right? So these are some of the ways. Shastra Dan, one of the biggest form of charity is Shastra Dan. So available in all the languages and will deliver to all the parts in any city, any world. In case you booked your space in Mars, we have started deliveries there too. Some of people have booked land in Mars also. Isn't anyone here today? Okay, so that pretty much, I think, covers what I wanted to share. And let's see. Oh, these are some of the pictures, right? These are some of the few of the hundreds of pictures, actually, right? From some Bhagavatam installations recently, a family so genuinely, it's like everyone is so happy welcoming Bhagavatam. These are all different pictures. This is, I was in Chicago last year. One gentleman came, he just randomly came. And then, he was so happy to get the Bhagavatam set. Oh, this is Purnima Mataji's home. Last year we were there. It was so joyful. And another devotee was so, like, literally, I'm not just making it up, of course, also many of you are here. People were in tears, accepting Bhagavatam and hearing about Bhagavatam. The love, the devotion, the spiritual knowledge. People are so happy because this is the source of real happiness. This is the thing to uplift our consciousness, providing the tools, So that's where I want to pause today, and thank you all for your time, your attention. And I see His Grace Abhiram Gopal Prabhu has also joined. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for tolerating me and giving me this chance. And I would like we can take some thoughts, reflections, and most important, Purnima is still there. Moon is on the horizon. With moon as the Shakshi of the Bhadra Purnima, I think we should follow what His Grace Vishishka Prabhu said and do a pledge. Do a pledge, anything more than 0 and not less than 1.
1.
Yes. Is it hard? It's not hard, right? It's not hard. When you have a firm resolution, then Krishna will empower you. Guru Parampara will empower you unlimited to fulfill it as well. So I think Rangi Mataji, you want to cover this, or you want me to you want to take from here?
Hare Krishna, thank you, Prabhuji, so much. This was such a wonderful talk. I cannot believe how rare it is an opportunity to sit on the day of Bhadra Purnima, to be listening from such a wonderful devotee like yourself, so pure, and hearing glories of Bhagavatam on the evening of Bhadra Purnima. This is right now cutting many knots of our hearts, like you mentioned. Thank you for sharing such wonderful benefits of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Prabhuji, thank you also for accepting our invitation, sparing your time for our congregation here. I will let you continue, Prabhuji, but I would like to start by making a pledge myself. I would like to gift on behalf of ISKCON Jackson, Memphis, one Bhagavatam to one of my friends whose birthday is coming. in a few days, and she's very, very dear to me. I have known her from my childhood, and she's inclined towards Krishna Bhakti, and I would like to encourage her by gifting her Srimad Bhagavatam. So I'd like to make the first pledge here, and then I'll let you.
Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Please, please send your emojis, show some reaction. Really, we need to encourage the heck out of everyone, as Vishika Prabhu says, right? The material world is so dry. If we don't support each other, who will support Baba? We have to encourage, appreciate like never before, right? Because we are fighting against Maya. We have to have a very strong unity, right? We have to encourage the heck out of everyone. Vishaka Prabhu says that. Encourage like never before, right? So this is great, Mataji. This is great. This is as real friendship means to save them from the clutches of Maya and from the repeated cycle of birth and death. And that Bhagavatam, what will our 20 minutes of speaking or one phone call, everyone is so busy. You say, hey, you read this Bhagavatam, this helped me, this will help you. Their life will be perfect. It's like a Krishna in their heart, in their home. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing that.
Prabhuji, I wanted to share that this year actually Bhagavatam reached Antarctica. That was Guru Maharaj's goal. I don't know if you've seen that video. Yeah, it's a very nice video. I'll share it later. But just a few days back, Srimad Bhagavatam has reached Antarctica. He always used to say in classes that it's in 6 continents. The 7th continent needs to be flagged still. So that's the flag of Srimad Bhagavatam now in Antarctica as well.
Wow. So now the penguins will also read Bhagavatam. Like so much more hope. Haribol, that's amazing.
So you have inspired me also with you having 2 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. My parents have 1 set of Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. I think it's in Hindi, and for last I think few years they have been dragging their feet on getting the 2nd set. But I'll pledge that we'll get the other set also for them. So that will be 2 sets from our family. That we pledged today.
Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. This is real, as we were discussing, this is real deliverance of forefathers. And today, actually, the Pitri Paksha also begins today, right? So today, like it is Bhadra Purnima and the Pitri Paksha, the season, the time where the ancestors easily accept. So your family, your parents, their parents, everyone will get benefit. So they are in India. You want to send to India, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. I will either make sure they get it today, or within a day or 2, or I will find a way to send it to them.
This is wonderful. This is real. As a child, as a son, this is real welfare activity. Thank you.
Because I've noted, my mother would, when she came here, she would still read it in English, and she got it in Hindi, but then she doesn't read it much in Hindi, and she would prefer it in English. So she has been talking about it, but I think it's high time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And that's a beautiful thing. Like some people, your native language could be Hindi, so you can keep both Hindi and English. Some people, native language is Bengali, and if you want to learn language, that's also a great thing. Like one person wanted to learn Spanish. So devotees told, hey, take Krishna book in Spanish and English. You'll learn Spanish also, and you'll learn Krishna also. And that really happened. He became a great devotee, and he learned Spanish too. And by the way, some of you may be asking this question, what does it mean to sponsor? What does it mean if I want to get? So of course, the printing and the logistic, the shipping cost, it's the suggested donation is about $250 for a set if you want in US or send to someone in US. If you want to give a friend to a friend in India, your relative, your friend, etc., it's $150 because as we know in India, the cost of printing, shipping is lower. And these are suggested donations, right? If you have a little more, a little less, devotees are, again, money is not the goal. Krishna will arrange. But the goal is that more and more Bhagavatam sets should go to more and more friends, devotees, and everywhere. Yes, the hotline is still open. Anyone else wants to take advantage of the Bhadra Purnima today? This is a chance for world welfare. We are planning to give a gift to devotee in God Bhagavatam. Jagannath Prabhu is mentioning. We're also planning to give a gift of one. So you got it already. Is that correct, Jagannath Prabhu? Or we got 2 sets. Okay. Awesome.
I think that's Abhiram Gopal Prabhu, isn't it?
Jagannath Prabhu is typing in the chat, I think. From Lansing, or maybe someone can help here.
I think that's Abhiram Gopal Prabhu. Prabhuji, are you in a position to talk, or Mataji? Anand Kishori Mataji? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna all the devotees, Dhanvat Pranam. This is Abhiram Gopal Das here. Thank you Prabhu for the beautiful presentation. I missed the initial part. We had Hridayananda Maharaj here. So we had a program. So just came out of his program and then, logged in. So got a little late, but what I heard, beautiful presentation and very nice videos. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for sharing and inspiring us. Very grateful to you.
Thank you, Prabhu, for your association and your support in every way. You're in the midst of such an amazing community in Alacho and doing so much for everyone. Thank you so much. Yes, other devotees also, this is a chance to share your love, your gratitude, and also, like, even let's say, even if you have this desire, Krishna will help you, right? Even the kids like Avni, Vedai, it said, even if you don't want to say, oh, I don't work, how will I sponsor? That's fine, right? But you can, if you think that I will help one person get it, that's also a great thing. And if you have one goal, then Krishna will give you unlimited energy to achieve that also. It's not hard. And of course, I'll support you like anything, right? To the best of my ability. It's okay to have a goal, right? To get out of our comfort zone. I'm not saying to endeavor for 100, right? That may seem too overwhelming, right? But at least we can endeavor for 1. Having, Mata Yashoda also had spiritual anxiety. Bhakti doesn't mean to be anxiety-less. Oh, I'll just relax, mind my own business, maybe chant little Hare Krishna and, mind my own stuff. Bhakti means to take anxiety for others' benefit. Tapyante lokatapena. One who takes, like Prabhupada. If Prabhupada would have minded his own business in 70 years and been in Vrindavan and just chant Hare Krishna and be with his sadhu friends, we all have been not talking about here about Bhadra Purnima. Maybe let's go out for a Friday matinee show or movie or something, right? So this is why Prabhupada took so much pain. So we can at least take some pain, right? And help ourselves, help others. So yeah, either you can unmute or you can raise your hand or you can type in the chat box. Whatever you want to get for yourself, you want to sponsor, you want to inspire someone else to take, all the options are there. Raghunath Prabhuji, what do you think? Yeah,
Jai Sri Krishna. I want to contribute, $250 to Nirbhay Prabhuji in Jackson as part of the Bhadra Purnima today.
Unlimited obeisance and gratitude to you. Yes, thank you. Nirbhay Prabhu, please go ahead.
Would you, we'll talk with you more, Prabhuji, but we can. You do not have personal Bhagavatam set, right?
I do not.
Okay. So Prabhuji, we'll talk whatever you are comfortable. You don't have to say now, but we'll discuss about it then. Either if you
Yeah,
want to
and
donate or take yourself, we'll discuss about it. Hare Krishna.
yeah, and to just one of the reasons I was not raising my hand for Bhagavatam is I'm reading Sundarakanda Ramayana for Lord Hanuman and also Bhagavad Gita. And
Wonderful.
and I want to go deep into it.
Yes,
and that was the
we'll-
reason of my question also. But yes, I would like to speak to you one-on-one if you have time.
Yes, sure, Prabhuji. We'll talk this weekend. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much again.
Prabhuji, thank you so much. I was thinking of a very wonderful verse that comes in Niti Shastras actually. The verse says, Prata Dyuti Prasangena Madhyana Stri Prasangate Ratri Chora Prasangena Kalau Gachati Dhimahi. It means that in the morning, discuss about the gambling pastime, which means basically Dyuti Prasangena, meaning discuss the Mahabharata. Madhya matlab in the midday or in the afternoon, discuss Stri Prasanga. Stri meaning the epic, the legend story that discusses about women. So that talks about Ramayana. So you are reading both right now. You're reading Bhagavad Gita, which comes in Mahabharata, and you're reading Ramayana. Then the last part of the verse says, Ratri Chora Prasangena. So in the evening, one should read about the pastimes of the thief or Krishna, Chor. And that's how in Kalau, in Kali Yuga, Dhimahi. So the intelligent people spend their time. Kalau Gachati Dhimahi. So you're wonderful. You're 2/3 there. One more to add.
Yes. This talk is so good. I'll reflect on this talk. And
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So beautiful. Thank you, Raghunathji, for all your support and your wisdom from the holy scriptures, Gita, Ramayana, etc. The devotees also conduct the Gita classes also. And we have wonderful talks from the Ramayana as well. Wonderful. I think we can ask if other devotees, if Rekha Mataji, Neelam Mataji, Athar, Anita Mataji, and etc., if anyone or the kids, don't feel shy. This is a time to be bold, and it's a time to express. And Krishna will help us. Have faith that Krishna will help us in unlimited ways, like never before. If we try to do something for Krishna and Prabhupada, Krishna will, create unimaginable newer ways and opportunities to help us out, like never before. Yes, Rekha Mataji, you wanted to share something?
Yeah, I'll talk to. I mean, I'm thinking of one of my friend to present to her, but I want to talk to her before I do that. So I'll get to Natasha Mataji about it today or tomorrow. She's in India also right now.
Oh, that's
About
wonderful.
the Bhagavatam. Sorry, I'm in the kitchen cooking.
Sure. No, I understand this is the dinner time, and still you're all giving so much of your time. So absolutely, that's great service, Rekha Mataji. Thank you. So yeah, you can send a gift to India for your friend, etc.
Yeah, I'll first talk to her and then I'll get back to Natasha Mataji.
Sure,
So-
Mataji. Absolutely. Okay. Any last comments, thoughts, reflections anyone has? I know we have a goal to work towards. So I'm so inspired by Narangi Mataji and Nirbhay Prabhu. And so on behalf of our spiritual masters, I'll also offer one set for the ISKCON Jackson community. And wherever you feel best, whether it's a public library, whether it's a prison, wherever you feel best, whether it's a temple, you figure out the best way to place Srimad Bhagavatam as you most appropriately feel. And all of you are so special to me and doing so much to please Krishna, to please spiritual masters, and Krishna is with you. Absolutely. So, and I'm sure my dear friend Shubha vilas Prabhu, you can ask him and he'll also do one set. So you can easily pass your goal.
Very good. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving us such nectarian talk and inspiration to read daily, to hear daily, and to really immerse into Srimad Bhagavatam. And thank you for helping us fulfill our goal. Anybody else wants to add last minute, give this gift to somebody? Even if you have Bhagavatam, you can give it to a friend. Pass on the best gift that you can give on the best day possible. In the association of devotees, make a pledge, and any last minute. And you can always get in touch with me or Nirbhay Prabhu, Shubha vilas Prabhu, whoever you're friends with and comfortable to talk to. You can get in touch with them on one-on-one basis and make your pledge like that. So I think, Prabhuji, we have taken a lot of your time. If nobody has any other comments, realizations, questions, then we can wrap up the talk.
Yes, I think the pledge part is done, so no pressure on anyone. Please don't feel pressurized. Like, relax, take a deep breath. Any questions, comments, reflections, anything you want to share before we wrap up for today? Any take-home messages? Okay.
Anyone wants to share who has an Anita Mataji, would you like to share something? Or Purnima Mataji, we haven't heard from you.
Everyone is hungry for prasado. Yes.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Thank you
Prabhuji.
for
It was a
sharing
very,
such
very
verses
nice,
also.
very nice talk, very nice verses. Thank you for your gift. That's the best gift, Prabhuji, for our community. You have always been a pillar for our community, and you have always, personally been involved and have guided us throughout this time. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for all your time and care.
Thank you. Thank you so much to all the devotees present, Raghunath Prabhuji, Rekha Mataji, Neelam ji, Anita Mataji, Archita ji, Ketaki ji. You're also from Jackson, Memphis, Ketaki, Sheetal Mata, Ravi Prabhu, Vinita.
Prabhuji, Ketki Mataji is from our ISKCON Lansing community, but Mataji loves to hear Bhagavatam and she joins in our evening Bhagavatam classes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Raghunathji, for showing your beautiful altar as well. Thank you, Havani, Vidhi, Navya, Vinita, Athar. So grateful to all of you for your kind association, your support, and your reading Bhagavatam daily, hearing Bhagavatam daily, and living like a role model for the entire society. This is what the world needs, right? This is what and Bhagavatam teaches us. So let's keep ourselves energized and let's keep others also motivated. We all need to encourage each other a lot, right? Because the flow of Maya is this way and we are trying to go this way. It's hard, is it not? It's hard. Bhakti is simple, but because the current is so strong, the river is flowing downstream, we are trying to go upstream, right? Prabhupada said Bhakti means fight against Maya, like Avni Ved, they are saying, yes, that's correct, right? I empathize, that's hard. Whether you're a student, whether you're a professional, because outside world, who is talking about Krishna, right? Talk about money, opposite sex, talk about food, talk about this, talk about everything else but Bhakti. Is it not? So we need to hold each other strong and support each other, be a pillar for support. And how does that happen? When we keep the transcendental vibration going, when we chant Hare Krishna together, when we genuinely care for each other, physically, mentally, emotionally, and most important, spiritually, right? And that's what, Narangi Mataji, Nirbhay Prabhu, Natasha Mataji, they're doing. We have regular programs like monthly Sankirtan Festival, Bhagavatam distribution, etc. So take part in those programs, advocate for those, ask others also to join, like take responsibility, even if it's like prasadam distribution, making a flyer, all that counts, right? Welcoming Vaishnavas, welcoming new people, so that they feel like encouraged like never before. Where have I come, right? And then we'll see the community will flourish, and attack is the best defense. We'll get more like-minded people, right? And that's what the goal is. The goal is to spread what we have received, the joy of bhakti, because the world is degrading very fast, right? Unfortunately, the world is degrading very fast. But if we keep strong Vaishnava association and strong Vaishnava values, then we'll be protected. It's like a vaccine. It's like a spiritual vaccine for our consciousness. So let's keep doing it by our classes, by our meetings, by Krishna Prasad, by helping and assisting each other, and we'll stay strong, and we'll continue to help each other. And this is very, very pleasing to Krishna, very pleasing to Prabhupada, and the fight becomes much easier and smoother. So thank you so much again to all of you, and maybe one day I look forward to seeing you in person as well, if Krishna willing. And thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Bhadra Purnima Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Hidai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Can we thank Prabhuji by saying Hari Bol 3 times? Please,
Hari
everybody.
Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Please take prasadam now. I don't want to hold you any longer. Hare Krishna. Thank you again. Hari Bol.